In 1956, in Brooklyn, New York, Carmela and Gennaro Sbarro opened their first Salumeria, or maybe it's pronounced Salumria. It's an Italian grocer that sells cured meats. They also sold pizza slices to shift workers who were looking for a quick bite. They became so popular that they opened another location that just sold pizza, and in 1970 they opened their first location in a mall. It would be known as the Mall Pizzeria for the rest of time. They've had 2 bankruptcies, and today I'm eating everything from Sbarro. As always, Eat the Menu is brought to you by my not too hot sauces. Get them in the link below. There's also hot ones. Let's listen to Future Keith. All right, let's eat everything at Sbarro, starting with the stromboli. I've never had Sbarro stromboli. I think I've only ever had Sbarro cheese and Sbarro pepperoni slices. Always when I was a child at the mall. I loved the mall growing up. It's sad to think about what's happened to the mall. It's died. Oh, this is so tiny. What kind of hot pocket is this? Strombolis are big, but these look like 3 frozen little nuggets.
Shrinkflation.
Shrinkflation. Thank you, Jack. So let's see if they have a cheese stretch. Nope. But let's try the pepperoni stromboli. It's not bad. I mean, there's a lot of pepperoni in there. I can feel the heartburn already. But the flavor is good. I think this marinara is delicious, actually. It's sweet. You know what? That's pretty good. So I'm gonna save that for one of my employees.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a giving boss. What can I say? Let's go into the spinach stromboli. Let's go vegetarian. Okay, wait a minute. So at least they're getting cut in-house, and this one's got a lot going on. I mean, it is cheesy, it's goopy. It smells rich. This one might have a cheese pull. Oh! Okay, pretty cool. Makes me think of Hey Arnold, Dino Spumoni, who was their sort of like Italian lounge singer character. Sopping wet.
I could hear you swallow from all the way across the studio.
God. They've loaded it with spinach, but spinach is mostly water. And I'm gonna save the other 2/3 of this for my staff.
Gee, thanks.
So this is sausage, pepperoni, and bacon. My hands are just dripping with grease already. I'm not getting the bacon, but I am getting the sausage and pepperoni. There is cheese stretch here, but it's like a glob of mozzarella, and I like the blend in the spinach more. It tastes like Chuck E. Cheese. It tastes a little cheap. I think the spinach is elevated, but wet. The pepperoni is classic, but just good. And this one is trying too hard, like every friend group. Someone who's perfect, but they're just so wet. All right, next up we're gonna have the cheesy breads, and joining me for their first time on the Eat the Menu table stage, please welcome Milky Tran. Woo! Come on in, grab a seat. Sure, we can hug. We can hug.
I'm a little lactose intolerant. Thank you.
So Milky, if our audience doesn't know Milky, I met Milky in a hilarious way. I was dressed in a my Keith mascot outfit at an event.
Yes.
And you didn't believe that I was me in there,
No.
as you shouldn't have. But then it was me, and I was covered in sweat, and then I came out and said hello.
And I never got to ask you, like, why did you do that?
It's funny. Everybody else who was like in mascot outfits, those are like actors who do that and they got paid. But me, no. But it was very fun for me. I had a great time. I danced and partied with a bunch of mascots, and we met.
Yeah.
And if you don't follow Milky, you should. You do lots of very funny sketches, and 3 things you learned as an adult this week are very, very funny. And they have a great, honestly, 90s aesthetic to them.
Yeah, Y2K.
Yeah,
even.
absolutely. Well, thanks for being here. We're gonna have some cheesy bread.
Bam.
Oh, jeez.
That's huge.
It's huge. It's so big. It looks like
The Goonies?
Sloth, you're gonna live with me now.
Well, let's dive in. More like the bread. It looks all the way cooked, but when you squeeze it, it feels like it's not cooked.
No.
Do you like spicy things? Or?
I love spicy things.
So I'll give you the hot version of the chicken sauce, which just has to have a little ranch in it.
Ooh.
And I'll give myself the not too hot sauce. However, this bottle's been open for a while, so let me tell you what, it's hotter than I want it to be because hot sauce just gets hotter over time.
Is that true?
Yes. Oh no!
Whoa, I got some tang. Mmm.
There's a little bit of dill and sour cream powder in
Maybe
this one.
just pour it out there and I'll like.
I'll pour some in the next box because this one was not very good.
I would give it to a street pigeon if they were hungry.
Now it's time for the cheesy cheddar bacon bread. Same thing,
Ooh.
but it says there's cheddar. I don't see cheddar.
No.
Unless it's white cheddar, which it could be. There's something to that, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to like it.
It's very bland.
I've never had bacon taste bland. It's a whisper of bacon.
Boring.
Boring.
Give me something else.
It's more like Sbarro, am I right?
Get him.
Tell me, Milky, what is a day in your life like?
I take my cat on a walk.
Wow.
And then
Take your cat on a walk outside?
Yeah. And then I journal for about like 2 hours. And then I usually end up crying and that like derails my day a little bit.
It sounds like a digital content creator.
Yeah. Wow.
Get your hand right in there.
Yeah. Sorry for that.
The pepperoni one. It kind of tastes like nothing.
Yeah. But what does it need, I guess? It's like, I don't know what
It
it
needs salt. This one's jalapeno cheesy bread.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
A little spice. Ooh, and this one has a little sesame.
Let's dive into here. Let's pull it apart together.
Oh, sorry.
Like
Okay.
King Solomon and the baby.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know that reference.
You don't know the Bible? The jalapeno one.
Mmm.
So it's hot, but it is sweet. And the sweetness is way better. It is the best one.
I like this one a lot, yeah. Okay, maybe not a lot. I also have like a little surprise. Do you know what this is?
I don't.
It's a century egg.
Oh shit!
Have you ever had a century egg before?
No!
Okay, maybe. So they're like preserved duck eggs.
And don't they bury them underground?
Yeah, so you've heard of them.
And they're black.
Like, they're black, yeah.
That's cardboard.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's usually eaten with like congee, so like a rice porridge. So it's like, hey, Kate, control yourself.
Okay, good
Kate.
luck, Desiree.
Yeah, she took it like a champ.
Yeah, well, she knew what to expect.
Yeah. Oh, the sound was unnatural.
There it is.
Cheers, we're gonna love it.
It-
No.
Tastes better than it smells.
So you like it?
No, but I'm glad I tried it.
Yeah, it's good to try.
Okay, last up, so every guest I invited to give us a recipe for their own custom pizza, so we'll find out what custom pizza Milky chose. We added some of our own.
Yeah.
Oh, this is, look at how many different kinds of onions there are.
I know, I asked for onions and they gave us
Two onions.
two onions.
Okay, so this is Milky's favorite. We got white onions, we got red onions, we got sausage, and we've got crust. And this is light sauce as well.
Light sauce.
Okay, yum. Mmm.
These onions are raw. These were put on post-baked.
They forgot about it. I actually kind of like this pizza. What's like the price point of like this pizza? Is it like?
One full one is like about 20 to 25 bucks.
No, I don't.
Well,
even
it's
finish it.
2025, the tariffs, the onions are being shipped over from India to wherever.
Slice is like 13.
A
slice
is 13
$13?
dollars.
Yeah.
Dollars.
Is it this big?
Dollars. Well, Milky, this has been so fun. Where can people find you on the internet?
At Milky Tran on Instagram.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah.
Now let's see what's next. Next up, it's the salads. Let's start with Caesar salad. Now this, it's just lettuce, Parmesan, and crumbs. By mean that, I mean croutons. I've never seen this specific brand of Caesar salad dressing. Caesar Cardini's dressing. It does have anchovies involved, which we like to see.
Becky and I, our Caesar salad in London had anchovies, and it was the best salad we've had the entire time.
It's probably the only salad. Caesar salad, Caesar salad. We love to hear the crunch on the lettuce, don't we? This bagged Caesar dressing, I can't believe I like it. Let's go to the tomato salad. This looks fresh. I know they have an effort of trying to bring more fresh ingredients back, but doesn't every chain restaurant say that? Yeah, sure, whatever, you're in a mall. The tomato salad.
Also, they call this one the tomato and cucumber salad. I think it was just too much to write on a sticky note.
What's this? Oh, I'm just now getting that it's actually the tomato and cucumber salad.
I have a mic now.
I know. It doesn't really taste anything super different from just eating tomatoes and cucumber. There's a light dressing on it that is a light Italian dressing. It's not bad. I like it. But how about these squiggly little pasta noodles? This one isn't even they don't even tell people they got this. You have to go to the store and ask yourself, and someone will be like, oh, who told you about this? And then they open their trench coat and they have pasta salads hanging on the inside.
No, it kind of just looks like a salad bar and it's sitting there.
Okay, actually it's a salad bar sitting there, my bad. All right, the pasta salad. Nope, not that one. Yeah, it tastes like kind of nothing except overboiled noodles. Something's wrong with that carrot too. I don't know what. But you didn't go to Sbarro for pasta salad. But I think you could have this Caesar and you could have this tomato and it's not bad. A little refreshment before you continue on to your holiday shopping at Macy's or JCPenney. And now it's time for the New York slices. And joining me is one of my biggest slices, Jared Popkin!
Woo! Papa's home, bitch is back. Papa's a pizza, baby.
Or like Pepperoni.
Papa roach me.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
Yeah!
Let's hop into this cheese slice. I asked if we could.
I get to watch full-on Keith cuts today.
we did talk about how we thought you'd be excited.
I am excited about it. Can I tell you there's tiers of pizza, and this fits in the tier of like bad pizza that needs ranch, but it smells like the good version of that bad pizza.
I would 100% watch a movie called Tears of Pizza, but it's about like crying. All right, let's try the cheese slice. The taste reminds you of eating New York pizza.
Totally.
But it's not. I do think I like this crust almost more than most chain pizza crusts.
The fold is good. Where are Sbarros if they're not in the mall?
There was one in Chicago, remember downtown?
Oh my God, yeah.
It closed. Oh. There was one in Times Square area.
Okay.
It closed.
The Twin Towers.
There was, here now.
But that wasn't their fault.
No, but you're right.
This looks not great. Good cut there.
Thank you so much.
Good cut there.
Good cut. Oh, I'd eat that.
Honestly, I think I definitely prefer this to the last cheese.
Way better.
Mike's Hot Honey Double Duo. Mike's Hot Honey Double Duo. Mike's Hot Honey Double Duo.
Okay, so this is the pepperoni with hot honey.
It's Mike's Hot Honey Double Duo Slice.
Right, it's the Mike's Hot Honey Double Duo. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Mike's Hot Honey Double Duo.
Sophisticated. Mostly I taste the sweetness of the honey and it is working well with the excess pepperoni. There's like too much salt, so a little bit of sugar dials it back. There's a tiny bit of spice on the very back of my throat. I don't think anyone else would pick it up.
I'm not getting any spice. The honey comes in like, if you're biting this one bite 3 times, on the 3rd bite, you're catching that honey a little bit.
Well, let's dip it into the garlic.
Hit me with your
Why
garlic.
not? Why not throw another flavor on Mike's Hot Honey
Why not?
Double Duo? Whoa.
So creamy.
I'm not a garlic butter guy.
I'll tell you what, speaking my truth, it's a pretty okay garlic butter. I mean, it really elevated the flavor profile for me. I think the garlic butter from Sbarro might be better than any pizza I've had so far from Sbarro.
Wow.
It's like a broccoli, cheddar, and cheese.
Yeah, it's thick. It's viscous.
Yeah, that looks thicker than my...
It's thicker than your what? What were you?
I had a Panera macaroni and cheese today, and it was so liquidy.
You had it today?
Yeah, for lunch.
Jealous.
I do think more restaurants should have edible serveware.
Desiree?
Do you want me to make it? Like, what do you want from me?
Who
else is gonna do it?
We're pointing out a hole in the market.
What the hell, Desiree?
Jeez.
You're welcome.
All right, let's try the pepperoni and jalapeno.
I love a jalapeno.
Look at the size of it. Look, it's tall. It's too big.
This family's still raising teens, and this is the brother that never left home.
I know.
That's the 35-year-old living in the basement.
Van Wilder over here.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, you gave me this one.
Oh, no, you're right. Your poor
I'm
little
gonna take
mouth.
one of these away.
Your poor little mouth. It tastes like a green pepper. Oh, there's the spice there.
Yeah, you're right. The delayed, mine was also a delayed spice.
The spice, I think, helps with the cheese.
Sbarro, in general, is on the bland side, but the dough, I think, is a good crust.
Yep.
And the toppings just are under there. Now we're gonna move on to Jared. You have a special pizza.
I have a special pizza?
Every guest.
I think I took the most liberties with Jared's. So your pizza has Asiago cheese, extra mozzarella, ricotta, all beef meatball, no sauce, extra cheese, regular bake.
Look at this. God, why does it look especially sad?
I come in here, they put me in silly costumes, and they make me eat Asiago cheese on top of 9 other cheeses.
Whoa, it smells crazy. It's dry,
Kwesi would love this.
and the meatballs taste like falafel.
This feels like we're on a film set and we're eating the props, and the director's like, those actors don't get it. And they're like, no, those actors are good.
Yeah, we're on a film set.
Jared, you made a shitty pizza.
I know. I know I did.
Well, Jared, what else is going on with you? Anything new?
Read the Room is coming.
Yeah.
Skeet is in it. He did a sketch for us. He plays the devil, and he is fantastic.
All right, well, thanks, Jared.
Thank you.
Well, let's see what's next. And now we're at the mall. Please welcome to the remote Eat the Menu table stage, Cameron Esposito.
We're at the mall.
We're at the mall. You can't tell maybe in this shot, but Cam, right now, you're very pregnant.
I'm 9 months pregnant.
We've been making a show sort of chronicling your pregnancy.
We actually weren't sure
If we would shoot this.
if we would shoot this today.
Because you might get induced.
I was not sure if I would be induced today.
So we did it. We're gonna start with the sausage pizza.
I haven't seen this kind of sausage in a minute.
I like this kind of sausage,
Yeah.
typically.
Okay. I'm gonna say something kind of up. It's not bad.
It's not my favorite of the cheap sausage varieties, but it has the flavors. It has the fennel.
The nostalgia factor is there.
I will say
Yeah.
that the crust, I think, is actually good.
The
I
crust
think
is
it's
good?
not just like not bad, which I think the pizza is not bad, but I think the crust is good. We just last night filmed the end of this show we've been making, which was your stand-up special, 9 months, which was so good, so funny.
Do you know how gay you have to be to have an ex-husband?
What was extra special about last night's compared to some of the other shows you've done?
Right, well, I got to make it with you.
Oh, okay.
But also, that was the last show I am gonna film while pregnant. Like I'm not later playing
Right,
Panda
you're not
Express.
playing. Well,
This is
hold on now. This is mushroom spinach.
this looks much worse.
It.
I'm gonna immediately do this. Is that legal?
No, yeah. Do what you like. Though the mushrooms are wet, I do kind of like them.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
They taste marinated.
I want this pizza to be more cooked. They do like a medium
Soft bake.
rare. Yeah.
You will be having a little one running around.
Yeah.
How do you foresee that changing life?
I honestly don't know. You know, I'm in my 40s, and I think the thing about having kids in your 40s is that my life is already hard baked, actually. My life
Not
is
medium
already
rare at all.
Yeah, well done.
Well done.
Like I think being an older parent, I have a lot to offer in terms of experience and life and all this different stuff.
Patience.
Patience. How do you feel about pepperoni and pineapple as a concept?
I like ham and pineapple. Pepperoni's just fancy ham. Pepperoni pineapple. This one's more baked, I feel like.
I also feel like it's very sweet.
So this is a Burbank Town Place Center special.
Woo!
Not everybody has this one, okay? Somebody back there is a freak.
I gotta be honest, I don't like this.
I like it.
I think this is the worst one.
Well, we'll move into our Supreme, which growing up I always thought was just mom pizza.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
It felt very specifically for moms.
That's so funny.
Right?
Thank you so much for affording me this opportunity.
Yes, to get, you can give your judgment. We've been getting pizza at the office for this video, and all the toppings have not been cooked. This onion is cooked. This bell pepper is actually cooked. It had all been raw earlier, like they put it on after they baked it. This actually, like, totally palatable.
I do think that somehow it does seem baked on the bottom, but they've done something amazing here where they did not melt any of the cheese. Where they somehow were able to achieve,
It's still waxy.
this is fully baked, and then this up here is not baked.
This one really grew on me. In the frozen pizza way, these toppings taste exactly like a Supreme frozen pizza toppings. And like, I love Supreme frozen pizza. I just love frozen pizza. So this one was, as the more I ate it, the more it grew on me of a nostalgia. Oh, I can't
What's
hold
your
it.
favorite kind of frozen pizza today?
Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Great marketing campaign.
What do you want on your tombstone?
Right?
Really brave to associate your product with death.
Yeah.
This is part of pregnancy. You kind of throw up a little bit when you're eating.
Fun.
Yeah. Don't be offended, Sbarro.
But Cam, you can watch Cam's show on Second Try. Eventually, it'll roll out to YouTube as well. But where else can people watch stuff of you? You have a special on Dropout.
I have a special on Dropout. It's called 4 Pills.
Did you know the symptoms of bipolar disorder are my personality?
Other than that, well, I originally released a special that was called Jokes.
And we're going to change that name.
When I think about survivors, the way that they're portrayed in television and film, especially if they're women, I feel like it's like she's assaulted and then she becomes like very good at swords.
It was released in the first Trump presidency.
Yeah.
And then a company approached me because actually it's still relevant.
That's good news.
Yeah, the only thing that's not relevant is my haircut in that.
You do have a beautiful evolution of hair, which you'll see in one of the episodes we went through. We have a sort of blown up picture of the evolution of Cam's hair.
Yep.
But we did so many things. We tried lots of different tries. We went to a birth class. We tried maternity wear. We did a lot of stuff, and it ends in a great stand-up special. So check it out on Second Try. You're gonna love it. Let's see what's next. And now it's time for the drinks. I didn't know that Sbarro had drinks, so when we said drinks, I initially thought we were gonna have alcohol, but
Sorry.
no. It's in a mall, people. All the drinks today can also come with Red Bull in them. So I'm gonna try it, and then I'm gonna try to put some in my mouth and also take a swig of Red Bull and see if it works. Okay, let's try the original lemonade. Tastes cheap. Tastes like some sort of lemon concentrate and water, and a little too much water, if I might say so myself. So let's give it the old wings. I like that better. That was a fun way to mix a drink. Can you imagine a world where there's some sort of really unlawful bar where the bartender like makes shots like that, but they go.
I feel like they should spit it in your mouth, though.
Thank you, Desiree. All right, lemonade, a little underwhelming, so let's try strawberry lemonade. Artificial, but in a way that you like how a Slurpee or something is artificial, but you like it. But let's give it some wings. Yeah, I like it better, but I just like Red Bull. Let's see if blue does what blue often does, which makes things more delicious.
It's the blue raspberry.
This is the blue raspberry lemonade. Of course it is. Yeah, that's candy. Woo-wee! Don't let the elementary schoolers know about this one. Let's try it with a Red Bull.
He's gonna spit it out.
I would never. I don't taste the Red Bull at all. So I don't think you need the Red Bull in there. Let's try the mango lemonade. Here's what I'll say. I don't like it. But it tastes like mango candy. I don't like mango candy. Not bad, it's not delicious. Let's try, what if we do this? That was hard to do.
Yeah, but it looks cool.
Did it look cool? Thanks.
I guess we could have put a straw in your Red Bull.
I still could. I've got lots of straws. I like that better than just the mango. Now it's time for dragon fruit. This should just be their lemonade, because this is the flavor you want with lemonade. Sure. The Red Bull is best with the strawberry and the plain. I think the pink lemonade is the best like lemonade experience. I think the blue raspberry is the most candy and joyous experience. I think the strawberry lemonade is second best lemonade. I think the original lemonade is really good with the Red Bull because it just tastes like Red Bull. And I think that the mango lemonade, pass. All right, now it's time to noodle on some pastas. And joining me also for his first time on the Eat the Menu table stage, please welcome Hambo.
Hello, Keith. It is such a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the stage. Bring your own chair.
Yeah, you know, I had to come prepared.
Now, Hambone,
Yes.
You do a lot of impressions on
do.
the internet, but we met a few years ago at VidCon, and you do photography as well. How would you describe yourself and what you do to our audience?
I happen to have just this really strange talent. I can do an impression of literally anybody, dead or alive, born, unborn.
Let's go with Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, my name's Abraham Lincoln. I'm Lincoln. Hey. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Right?
Whoa.
Right?
I thought I was in the past. I basically was hearing the Gettysburg Address.
You heard the bullet echoes.
Yeah. I always specifically think of when he got killed. Yes, I do. All right, well, let's have some pasta.
I think that's a great time for some pasta.
Let's get into some
do it.
spaghetti and
Let's do it.
meatballs. Wow, look at that. Are you seeing this, Mondo?
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, I didn't like that. I've gotten very good at making meatballs, so now I'm a harsh critic of meatballs. And these meatballs, well, they suck.
You know, that's one opinion. For me, who's not a professional meatball connoisseur, there was some flavor that was kicking around in there. I wouldn't say bold, I wouldn't say harsh. I would say more just some slight notes of flavor. And then the noodles in the sauce, I mean, they're just noodles in sauce. There's just no flavor.
They're just a little overcooked and there's no flavor. And the sauce doesn't taste like this marinara sauce that I have with the pizza that I think is delicious. I don't know what the hell's going on.
You don't think the noodle would blend? You don't think the meatball would be a little bit more interesting?
Whoa!
Whoa!
That's freaking lasagna.
It has more layers than Earth.
How many layers does Earth have? 4?
Yeah, it's the crust, the mantle, outer core, and inner core. Okay,
Okay.
Keith.
Whoa.
Somebody went to 4th grade science.
Hey, whoa.
All right, the lasagna.
Let's get past the crust, shall we?
I think it's pretty good. So what's fun is they're using the pizza sausage in this, which I think is a great choice compared to the meatball, because we all know how I felt about that.
Oh yeah. I feel like my teeth are kind of bouncing off the cheese a little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like little trampolines.
It's got a good little squish to it. It has good taste.
The texture is great, and I love the height of this.
Yeah. It's intimidating but welcoming.
Yeah. All right, let's do white cheddar mac and cheese.
Ooh. White cheddar mac and cheese happens to be one of my most favorite things.
Cheers.
Chonk and bonk.
Chonk and bonk.
What?
Now that is a cheese that you're gonna have to clean off your teeth. But it's kind of good. It's heavy as hell. Those are good, Desiree. I think you're gonna like this.
I think this is good competition with
I'm
I'm
Panero.
a tough mac and cheese
I think
critic,
you're gonna
as in,
like it.
But it's
I
pretty
like
good.
Kraft and I like
This,
Panera.
but no, it tastes like a Velveeta, but white cheddar Velveeta. Velveeta
I'm
is
not a
the gold
Velveeta
bar.
girl.
I'm a Velveeta girl.
No.
You don't like that?
No.
Damn! I think this is good.
Now imagine this with a little blend of sriracha in there. Blend a
You
nice
know what
little
you do?
extra kick.
You know what it
No way.
Do you like hot or medium hot?
Let's go medium high.
Yeah,
This
same.
is my first time. I
Same.
don't want to die.
Don't worry, this one's pretty low.
Okay.
This is medium minus.
Medium.
And I don't want to hurt people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That works really well. Oh, you know what you should do actually?
Yes, tell
if
me.
you could do an ad that's an impression of me, because you're such a good impressionist.
Oh, I can do that. Could you say Benedict Cumberbatch real quick?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Okay, like that does it. Hey, my name's Keith. I'm Keithing around. Oh, I'm trying things. Hey. Thank you.
Let's try the baked ziti. Look at that. That looks awful. Look at that. This is nasty. I don't know how they managed to make something so bad.
Okay, I have a completely different point of view on this.
What?
I make a dish for myself that I like to call disrespectful pasta. You have like a little more water than you would usually anticipate to have in it. And then you just douse it with that wood chip Parmesan that you would get off of any grocery store shelf. This gives me some notes of that.
What an interesting name you've given a dish that you make for yourself.
I mean, everybody's got to name their dishes, right?
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
a catchy one.
I think this is bad. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's disrespectful pasta.
Disrespectful pasta.
All right, we've got some breads. Are these all the same?
They're all the same.
Smells like burnt garlic.
Chonk.
Chonk
And bonk.
And bonk. I like holding. Feels like I could whack somebody with it. It doesn't taste good or bad. The herbs and the salt on top do something, but then there's so much just bread in the middle. The texture is better than the cheesy version of it, which was very gummy. Actually, we got sauce.
We have some
Let's
sauces.
slam it. Let's slam it, bro! Let's try the slam.
I'm not
So
tasting the
salty.
garlic anymore.
So salty.
It's very salty, but
Wow.
it's all right.
It's fine.
It's all right. It's
Sure.
not gonna make my life super better, but
It's
you know.
bread. What the potatoes?
Whoa, this isn't a noodle.
This wasn't a pasta I was expecting.
This is a very raw noodle. You know what it's time for?
a chonk and bonk.
Chonk and a bonk. Oh. Ow.
They're soft.
They are very soft.
They're soft and they are red potatoes.
I feel like there's a good level of salt to these too.
It's a good salt. I could use like some rosemary, some sort of herb to give it more something because it mostly tastes like salty mush.
Now, we happen to have a wide array of these beautiful sauces over here.
You're right. Okay, so potatoes, we're gonna want this sauce. This is the burger sauce.
Oh.
It is, it's a big favorite around these parts. But this one especially is great for grilled vegetables, but also breakfast potatoes. I think this is gonna be the perfect match. Grab a little potato here, just lightly get yourself some burger sauce.
Lightly, very delicately.
Yeah, and chonk and bonk, very nice.
And then a bonk.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's got a good kick to it.
Yeah, this is nice.
Oh.
It's got a mustardy note to it.
This is giving me backyard summer cookout.
Yeah. Now you got a special pizza for us.
For
here.
me?
Well, for us.
Wow, that's crazy.
So I actually didn't know what your favorite toppings were, so I kind of just put what else we needed to round out some of these that special pizza vibes.
Are you excited to see what your favorite toppings are?
I am very excited to find something new out.
Whoa.
Okay.
This is a f***ed up pizza.
There's a lot going on here. Can
This
we get a
pizza's
shot of that? This is...
I hate it.
So it's black olives, chopped tomatoes, ham, no cheese, regular sauce, extra bake.
Let's try it.
chonk and a bonk.
Chonk bonk.
Mmm, you really tasty olives. Now, you said you're not a fan of olives, right?
Sure, I'm not.
Yeah, same here.
And you know what doesn't cut the flavor of olives at all? Tomatoes.
That's right.
Yeah, I thought the tomato would kind of even out the fact that there's not much cheese, so it would keep it wet. I don't know.
The ham is good, I'll give you that.
And way bigger chunks of ham than I'm used to seeing on pizza. Normally pizza, you've got the thin sliced ham, like the Canadian bacon type of ham.
Yeah.
So this is fun. Okay, before you go, Adam, I gotta ask that you do one more impression.
All right.
And I'd actually like you to not tell me who it is and see if I can guess.
Hey, I'm not gonna say my name, but I'm doing wrestling and acting stuff all the time. Hey.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
No, yes! Yes!
Whoa! I can hear it! Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram at Hambone Shorts. You can find me on TikTok at Hambone. And then YouTube. That's also Hambone.
Well, thanks, Sambone, for coming in.
It's been a pleasure, Keith.
All right,
This is a great time.
Let's see what's next. And now it's time for the specialty pizza. And joining me, another first time ever at the Eat the Menu table stage, please welcome Isa Briones.
Hey!
Welcome in.
What up?
Now, most people may know you from your work on The Pit, which
Yes.
I myself love the show.
It's pretty awesome. I'm a doctor now. My Asian ancestors are finally proud of me.
Let's continue gabbing as we gobble this Hawaiian pizza.
Never had a Hawaiian, so I can't weigh in on this famous debate until now. I like it.
Yeah. It's tart. It's refreshing in a weird way.
I like a little fruit. Something a little fruity.
Yeah.
It gives me a little joy.
An ex introduced it to me, and that was the only thing I kept from the relationship.
Oh, okay.
It was
And
really
we know
good.
what led to the end.
So you actually you followed me, and then I was like so excited because I was watching the show and I was like a big fan, and then I realized that you actually follow almost everybody because you're a big Second Try fan.
I am. All of my friends, when I told them I was doing this, they were like, "This is huge for you." And I would like to think I was one of the first Second Try subscribers.
Wow.
I was.
I'll let you claim it.
No, I was like, I am so proud of my boys.
Hell yeah. Thanks.
Of course.
Bam. Whoa. This one, something about this feels jovial. The colors scream Christmas. They scream fiesta. They scream Italy.
Now this is Italy.
Now this is frickin' Italy, baby. I think it's good for a veggie pizza. I like these mushrooms that are kind of like over marinated. I don't really understand, like these green peppers taste raw.
They're so raw.
I think they pre-cook all these cheese pizzas pizzas, put the veggies on, and put it through the toaster.
I think you're right,
And
except
the
that like
toaster didn't touch the peppers.
All right. What
Don't mind it.
before you got into the pit, what was life like?
Pre the pit, what was life like?
Yeah.
Kind of hard to remember. When you're in there, you kind of lose track of time.
Kind of like the hospital.
Yeah, a little bit. But before that, I was acting and stuff and did like more niche things. But this is the first time that I'm like on the street and people are like, hey, I hate you.
Your character's mean. First half of the first season, you're kind of mean.
You're kind of a bitch.
Let's see what the primo is. Oh, well.
Well, she's come undone.
She's sort of, she's so big she can't handle herself. That's a
Situation.
bacon, sausage, ham, and pepperoni. Definitely a meat lovers. Meat primo.
Big meat one.
I'm a senior in high school. This is on the hood of my car. We're standing around.
It's sliding off, the grease is just sliding off. I had 3 bites of that.
That was good, right?
That was good. I liked that a lot.
It's a carnivore experience. Yum.
Oh, and we're really departing
There's no
from meat
room.
lovers.
There's no room at the end. Mary and Joseph, go sleep with the donkey.
How do you keep bringing up the Bible
Because
today?
the Bible is the foundation of society, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
Look at you! Whoa!
Big.
I'm gonna get this big honker.
something that has
Look at this motherfucker. You could convince me that this is a real New York slice, especially if I was drunk. You ever been drunk in New York and somebody's just for some reason has bought a whole pizza and they're giving away slices in front of the pizza place?
Oh.
I've bought whole pizzas and just given slices away in front of the pizza
Speaking
place.
of religion, God's children. Giving out pizza to me, a drunk little girl on the street.
A drunk, I all knew the drunkest of little ones.
Okay.
The crust on this one in particular tastes different than every pizza I've had today. The bottom of the crust is delicious.
Yeah.
All the caramelization of the dough and like the char of it is like excellent.
It feels very high quality. This is like gourmet pizza level crust. Yeah.
This is the one to gobble, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's check out the stromboli. I already tried this, but I wanted to see the big one.
I'm gonna try salsa sauce first.
Not me. I'm going sauce heavy. So much pepperoni. Holy God.
Wow.
Oh my God, it's so much.
You know how pepperoni kind of has a metallic taste?
Mm-hmm. When there's too much
it's
of
like
it.
making me go like,
When there's too much of it. What was that?
Hello?
Come in. Who is it? It's Nick. You want a stromboli to go?
Sure.
Get
Hello.
yourself some.
Nice to meet you. I'm Issa.
Do you watch The Pit?
No.
Come on!
I'm leaving.
I'm disturbed
She's
by
on The
medical-
Pit.
I know, but medical things.
It's too much. Enjoy.
Wait, tell us. No. Okay.
It's too much. There's too much.
Oh!
So this one is the bacon, pineapple, spinach, regular sauce, light cheese, light bake.
Light bake. Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I gotta say, I am not a fan of the underbaked.
Yeah. I like the super bake of that big
Yeah.
one.
Some of the dough is stuck to my teeth. This is why we don't do this.
Yeah. It's gummy.
It's gummy.
It's gummy. If I want a gummy, I'd eat gum.
I eat gum.
It tastes like real bacon, but as if you somehow sucked out 75% of the flavor of bacon.
Yeah.
Okay, so what can you tell us is going to happen next season? Spoilers.
Well, at this point,
It might all be out at this point.
Oh my gosh, well make sure you
Maybe
go
not
check
all.
out The Pit.
Go check out.
How much time has passed since the first season?
10 months.
10 months.
4th of July.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can only.
Oh. You know what we're gonna see. We're gonna see hands blown apart. We're gonna see faces blown apart.
I think that this reaction to it is very funny because this is coming out when almost all of the season is out. And we're like, whoa, it's 4th of July.
Hey, maybe there's some people who haven't watched the show. You gotta eat the menu bump.
Got that eat the menu bump. That's the only reason I'm here.
Well, make sure you watch this season of The Pit. Make sure you follow Issa on the internet to see whatever things she might be doing. She'll probably be back in New York at some point doing some more theater.
Hey.
Catch her live. It's live performance is always the best type of thing to watch. Thanks for dropping through.
Thank you so much for having me.
And let's see what's next. And now it's time for our Just Desserts. I'm pretty excited to jump into these desserts. We got 3 desserts. We got chocolate cake, we got cheesecake, and we got a cookie. Now this is the only thing that they actually tell you they have on the internet. So let's start with a cookie. It's in a bag.
normally isn't a good sign. However, I like the cookies from like Jimmy John's that are in bags. Every so often a bag cookie actually is pretty good. This one doesn't feel like it's one of those. It has like a weird chemically flavor. The smell, you know from the smell that it's not gonna be good. It smells the way that Cookie Crisp smells. Cookie Crisp. Oh, I hit some sort of weird reverb part of this room. Did you hear that? It was crazy.
Yeah, I feel crazy.
Woo!
Oh.
You hearing that?
Oh.
That must be the frequency of something in this room.
Wait, what do you mean the frequency is? How does that work?
Everything has a frequency that disturbs it. That's why you can sing a certain pitch and you can shatter glass. Does it a little bit, but really rings it out. Wow. I doubt that's doing for the viewers what it's doing for us. But rest assured, it's pretty sick in the room, guys. Anyway, the cookie's not good. Let's move on to the chocolate cake. I love chocolate cake. What's not to like about chocolate cake? Whoa, it's fudgy. It's dense. It turns at the end there. Serviceable for the first 80% of the bite. It was way better than the cookie. But I'm most excited for this. This cheesecake is the only thing left that is still the original recipe that Mama used to make. So when we bite into this cheesecake, we're gonna bite into Mama's history. That's actually pretty good. That tastes like New York cheesecake. And I know I've been to New York. There's better cheesecake, obviously, but I've had substantially worse. Whatever factory's cranking these out is crushing it. Good job. I hope you guys don't go bankrupt a third time. And now it's time for the best and the least best. Let's start with the least best. I'll say we had some fun, creative pies throughout the day, and I would probably just stick to the menu. I'm not trying to shade our own production. We were trying to have fun and see if anything would be different, and turns out no. Something that is least best in general is the way that they're not actually able to get a good cook on the toppings that aren't in the base toppings that they're already prepping the base pizzas with. So they're raw onions and raw green peppers, and it's just not hitting. I think that cookie that we just had was the least best. I would say the pasta salad, the baked ziti was so bad. The meatballs, yuck. More like yuck balls. I will say the cheese bread overall, so much bread. It felt underdone while not being done, and Rachel actually popped in and she said it's probably like a chemical softener. And just the proportion of bread to cheese to meat, it never worked on all of them. The closest was the jalapeno one, and that's just because jalapenos have a lot of flavor. And in the stromboli world, I feel like the pepperoni sausage bacon was just not very good. The spinach one was too wet, but I think I like the ricotta. I think I like the flavors they were presenting. And I like that you can buy a whole wreath worth. Very few foods come in wreaths. But let's move on to the best. I'll start with a weird shout out of the best. That packet of Caesar dressing. And I actually thought the tomatoes, which shouldn't have been good because it's not tomato season, the tomatoes were like kind of good. So that little tomato cucumber salad was refreshing. The best of all day, the single best, was the big pizza that had the spinach and the tomatoes. The cook on it was perfect, the cheese was good. Like, it almost felt like it came from somewhere else. I was kind of blown away. I think the base pepperoni is pretty good, although I like the double pep with hot honey. I thought that was a nice, like, fun, slightly different flavor. The cheesecake was definitely among the best. The lasagna, that was among the best for sure. Oh, and in the lemonades, I think that we all got a shout out that blue Sour Patch juice was exactly what Sour Patch Kids taste like. And the pink lemonade was actually pretty good too.
Called dragon fruit.
Right, it was dragon fruit. It was dragon fruit, but it was plain. And that's it. Guys, we ate everything at Sbarro. I can't believe we did it, and we got a lot of people to thank. Thanks to Jared, thanks to Hambone, thanks to Milky, thanks to Cameron, thanks to Issa, and thanks to me. Make sure you get yourself one of my hot sauces with the link below, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. The time has come. Do you let the train run over one person, or do you pull the lever and buy yourself a sick hat? I know what you'll do. You'll solve the trolley problem, and you'll prove it by wearing this hat that lets everyone know you solved the trolley problem. Get yours today at tryguys.com.